anything out of here? I need my gloves. Put my gloves in the wood stove room to get them warmed up because I accidentally left them outside last night. Oh, they're nice and toasty. Oh, that's awesome. They're nice and warm now. Can do a little bit of maintenance on this chainsaw. Need to sharpen the chain and change the air filter. I've never taken this off of this chainsaw before, so I don't know how it comes off. Ah, there we go. I guess I may as well change the spark plug too while I'm here. See how that filter comes off. Where's the new one? I know I have a kit here. Got from Tatamagouche Home Hardware. That should be it. Kit. It's in it. Okay, so there's... Whoa! This drawer kind of sucks on this cabinet. It for some reason it's too wide. The frame is too wide and the drawer falls off on one side. I don't know why it does that. I'm gonna try and fix that one day. So we got in this kit, we've got a new fuel filter and the new air filter and our spark plug. Just a little guy. So I'm gonna change all this out. This filter doesn't, looks like it just pops out of there kind of thing. Yeah, pretty simple. Oh, no. Fuel filter ran away. Stay. Okay. There we go. This should work on this. In theory, yeah. So I've had this saw for, probably had this saw for 2 years, and I've only really started using it the past year. That was since we moved out here to camp. And I've never changed the plug or the air filter on it. So this is, looks like it's burning great. If you can see that, but it's nice and dry, clean. Yeah, it looks like it's burning really nice. So we'll get the new one in there so we don't end up with dirt down our engine. Get that in there and snug it up. There. Doesn't look like there's too much debris in there. That was the air filter. So one side and that's the other side. So it was collecting some dirt. You can see it coming out of there. So it probably need to be changed for sure. I wonder if you can reuse those. And the new one is colored on one side and white on the other side. So I'm guessing the white goes up in the air. So we'll just pop that in there like that. That's good. And we'll put our cap back on our spark plug. Good. Now I don't know where the fuel filter is on this thing. I imagine it might be underneath here. Yeah. Which you wouldn't think it would be underneath there, but okay, I'm gonna need some what are those? Hex, those are hex bolts, I think. I think that's what they're called, hex bolts. Let's take that off, because I don't see it anywhere else. Okay, I'll go get my set. I think these are also called torque bolts, I guess. I don't know what they're called. Something like that. That one fit? Nope. That one fits. So we gotta take, well, how many bolts is that? 1, 2, 3, 3 out of there, and maybe the brake, one off of the brake. Oh, excuse me. Good Lord. They're a little stiff coming out. I wonder how that works, because the gas caps are on. They're on little strings. So I don't know how they come out somehow. This would be so much easier if there was if I had this on a screwdriver, but it's just like an Allen key kind of thing, and the nut or the screw has got a bunch of debris in the top of it, a bunch of sawdust in there or something. Okay, I think we got it up there now. Okay, so I think that bolt needs to come out of that brake. Out of that chain brake. Otherwise it's so stiff. There we go. That should loosen up. Oop, oop. Gotta keep that handy. Put it in that box. In fact, all that stuff can go in that box. Okay. So, I wonder if I can just pop that around it. Okay, so that does come up. The real question is, how did these come out without breaking them? Because I assume you got to get those out. Don't see that filter though. I don't know where that filter is. Is it in the tank? Oh, it's in the tank. Okay. All right. So the filter is in the tank. So we don't need to take this off at all. Which sucks because it may not go back on right. Will it? Nope, there we go. Okay, that went back on. So we didn't need to take those bolts out at all. We just need to get that hose out of the tank somehow. So this must have to come out then. Must pop out of the tank or something. Come on. Come out nicely. Yeah, there we go. All right. There we go. There. So that's the gas cap and the little thing that holds it on. And the filter is in the tank. So we gotta maneuver the hose. Hope you can see that. I'm just using the tool that comes with it. And I want to maneuver that out. There we go. So that's the fuel filter. It's out. And you just pop it off. Twist. There's our fuel filter. Now, I just want to put the new one on without dropping the hose back in the tank. Okay, there we go. Just like that. Now, turn that and get it back down there. There we go. Well, that was much easier than taking the whole side off of this thing. Yeah, cool. All right, well, now I know for next time where that's at. I probably should have known anyway. That should have been the first place I looked. But now I know. It's in the tank. Okay, so we'll get these bolts back down, tighten up, and then we're going to sharpen the chain. If I can get that bit of dirt out of there somehow. Don't have a compressor here or I'd blow it out. I have my little one, but I don't think it's working. I think I would have to run it off the generator if it works. There we go. I feel like I caught some threads that time. Okay. Okay, that's good for that one. There we go. There. Let's tighten. Then we got to put that bolt back in that brake. And then put the cap back on. There. Okay, we got our filter in there. Put our cap back on there. Snap back in there. Filter's all good. Spark plug is good. Okay, we're gonna put some fuel in this because it's low anyway. Some fuel and some oil. Then we'll do a sharpen on the chain. Fuel, and then we'll do our oil. Bar oil, and I just use 10W30 for the bar oil. It's cheaper than the actual bar oil. And it's just as good. Transmission fluid works good too. Put that cover back on. Snug it up. All right. Put our cap back on. Sitting right. Yep. And then we just give this a little twist and it locks it down. There we go. Okay, we're gonna fire this up. So this is a cold start on this chainsaw. I haven't started it yet today. So just push it all the way down. You pull the trigger in and it goes to full choke, and then it'll hold that position. And then you give it a couple of pulls until it wants to start. And then once that happens, you pop it back to the next sequence in the choke and give it a couple of pulls, and it'll fire up. It'll idle real high first. Give it a couple of shots of the gas, and then the idle will stable out. So that's what you want to listen for. When she does that, now you just pop the choke back up to the next sequence. And she'll do that. Then we're going to release the trigger, which releases the choke up to the on position. It's a new filter, so I'm imagining it's sucking up fuel into that now. Which we'll probably have to do that a little bit more. Just to get the filter full of fuel. Yeah. That's fine. There we go. So now we got the fuel up into the filter. That's all full now, so she'll just idle away there and warm up. No problem at all. Okay. Move on to sharpening this thing. I should probably leave this out here in this room. I never usually need it in the shed. Okay. I haven't tried this vise out yet. You enjoying the sun, Mr. B? You want me to throw a stick for you, Roddy? Here. Let me show you that stick. You gonna go get it? Go get it. Okay, so what I like to do is I'll put a mark, like I'll mark one of these teeth, and that'll be my starting point. So I'll just mark this one. I just color in the top of it black. That's all I do. Get out our file. Where are we at? Gonna need my gloves off for this to check that tip. That feels pretty good. So now we'll move down to the next tooth. Is the breaker? Why isn't that chain moving? Oh, that's why. Huh. You're up a bit higher. Move now? Yeah, there we go. Then we'll go to this one. I usually do like 5 or 6 strokes across there. Just until I feel the corner of that tooth and it feels nice and sharp. And I stop. I have that one more. There we go. Good. Good. That vise sure makes a difference doing this. Big help. There we go. We're all the way around on that side now. Now, to do the other side, could, in theory, just flip this thing around. Clip it in here. I don't want to grab the bar too tight. Just snug it up. The saw should stay there. That way I can comfortably do this from the other side. Where's our first tooth? It's that one. So we're going to start with this one. That one must have hit a rock. There's a bit of a gouge in that one we had to take out. Good. That one's got a bit of a gouge in it. Those two are in the same direction, both of those. So let's skip that, go to the next one. That must be the link in the chain. Good. 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 There we go. Chain sharpened. First pull now. I'd say every year you want to do maintenance like that on your chainsaw, change the plug, change the filter, change the fuel filters, and then it should stay running for quite a long time. Rip through that like butter. Nice. All right. I think we're ready to take down some trees. So I'm going to put the dogs inside for this one. These two big ones. Put them inside the camper. I don't want them accidentally running under it. Right, puppies? Huh? Yeah? You're pretty good with staying away from the trees, but just in case this thing decides to go in a different direction. Getting a little bit of wind right now, not much. Just a breeze. It was dead calm earlier this morning, so we're gonna try and drop these two here, and I'm gonna try and drop them over towards the fire pit, which should be possible. We just want them to go, we don't want them to go near the woodshed or the camper, so in between both of those is where we want it to go. So hopefully that works out for us. We will see. Oh, excuse me. Drop your stick. Drop it. Drop it. Okay, come on. Inside. Up. All right. No use in thinking about it. Just got to go and do it. So I'm probably going to need both of these axes down there. The wind is picking up a little bit too. See how this goes. I don't want it to drop into the creek. That would be... If it did, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would just make it more difficult for cleaning it up, getting rid of it. So I would like it to drop up on the edge of the embankment. If possible. Stick those 2 axes there. We're going to use one axe as a wedge, and then the other axe to drive the wedge in. Uh-oh. No way. Oh no. Damn it. Ah, it did go right on top of that thing. That's not what we wanted at all. I knew that was a very good possibility, but I don't know how much it destroyed it, but that sucked. Okay, so that tree went right down on top of the shed. Ah. Oh no! Oh no, that's really bad. Oh. Oh, I didn't even think about that septic tank. Oh no. Well, that sucked, guys. Those poles are bent to crap. Yeah. Damn it. Well, I knew that was a possibility, but I totally didn't think about that septic tank being there. I didn't think about that at all. That really sucks. That really sucks. crack that thing right in half, man. The cover. So I don't know if you can buy just one piece of it. Looks like the bottom is fine, just needs a top. Well, I'll have to talk to the guy that I bought it from. See if you can buy just the one piece, or if you have to buy the whole thing again. That sucks. That really does suck. You know, I said this on a previous video. I'm like, that is definitely a possibility. It could go that way, but... And that's the way it wanted to go. At least it's down, but... For sure. That one's got to go too. I think that one will clear it though. It was only the top of it that got it, which was just that piece right there. But that was enough force to do some pretty bad damage in there. Okay, we're gonna take down this next tree here. I don't think this one is as tall as the other. Well, I know it's not as tall as the other one, so if it goes towards that shed, it should clear it. But we're gonna try and drop it over that way somehow if we can. Let's hope we have better luck with this one. Let's get out of between. Okay, yeah, that's better. That we can deal with. Oh, excuse me. I think that could have probably been avoided. I think the way I cut it, it would want to tip this way instead of like wanting to tip this way. Should have cut it so that it would lean more this way. Live and learn. That one's a pretty decent sized tree too. I'm gonna have to cut it up in much smaller chunks to get it up over the hill. These things are green, super green, so they're not. Broken apart. I might have to let some of this go down that hill. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to burn it in that burn pile down there. Get some more on. Tree is super green. Perfect. That one went exactly where I wanted it to go. Right next to that burn pile. I'm gonna cut this one so I can get it up the hill. Let the dogs out. Come on, boys. Come out and see what Daddy done. What did I do? Did I break the shed? Oh, I broke it. Yeah. I broke the shed on our septic tank. You don't care. They just want me to throw sticks. Huh? That's all you want. You want me to throw sticks, don't you? Can I have it? Can I have it? Can I have it? Where do I go and throw it? I'll throw it over there. Go get it. Well, that opens up a lot more with those trees down. Those two. Next, this one needs to go, but I'm going to wait for that one. I'm going to wait until the excavator operator gets here and we'll push that one down. Unfortunate that that fell right on that shed. Like, what's unfortunate or what's crazy about it is ever since I've been looking at that tree and where it's lining up, the whole time I've been thinking that it's going to fall on the shed the whole time. And sure enough, it did. They say you manifest your own destiny, right? That's proof of it. Oh well, you live and learn. Unfortunately, learning costs you money sometimes. Give me that stick. Give me that stick. Oh, give me that stick. Come on. Oh, you're so strong. He's getting so strong, man. Ruddy. Rudder. Give me that. Give me that stick. Give me that stick. I want it. I want it. Oh, no, I want it. You got it so good. You got it so good, Ruddy. Oh, gonna have it. Oh, so strong. So strong. Pull, Rusty, pull. Pull, Rusty, pull. Pull, Rusty, pull. Beacon's gonna make him let go of it. Oh, you're strong. You won. Oh, you won. Good boy. You won. You won the tug. All right, let's see if we can buck this up and get it over in the wood pile. That'll make for some good firewood once it's all dried out. I think I'm just going to cut it up in chunks and huck it up over the bank. 18-inch chunks or something. Probably make it much easier on me. Hey, great footrest. So green. Why this thing's binding so much? This thing really doesn't have enough power for this green stuff. I guess that one wanted to go down there. Totally binding. So wet. Binding like crazy. Binding so much, I wonder. It's not cutting straight at all. the last time that happened, I had to put a new bar on it. I don't know what's going on with that. The chain needs to be tightened. Let's try that. It got pinched in that last tree we dropped, so maybe it bent something. Try tightening the chain though. It should be tight enough. Teeth feel sharp. Let's see. It's probably hotter than hell right now. Yeah, it feels sharp. Huh. It's weird. She doesn't usually cut this bad. Maybe it's just this green spruce. I think I've always had a hard time with this saw going through spruce for some reason. Now that I remember. Yeah, it's like it wants to walk off to the side. I wonder if it's because the tree is so full of resin right now because of the time of year. It's spring, so it's sucking up all that water, make it a real sticky inside. Yeah, it's really wet for sure, especially one side of it. It's almost like she's cutting a half moon out of it. Might be time to upgrade this chainsaw. Something with a little more power, a little beefier. I think I'll need it anyway. But for a small saw, she's done me well. For 2 years I've used it now. I cut all this property with it, so. See if we can get through the rest of the season with it. Or the rest of the summer, and I'll look at buying a new one. Something a little more power, maybe a 250 or something. If any of you guys know what causes that for it to like concave the wood when you're cutting it, let me know in the comments. Like I said, the last time it happened, I replaced the actual blade, and I think I put a new chain on it too, and it seemed like it was fine after that. But this is a new blade, so I don't know if it's bent. It doesn't look like it's bent. I don't know. If you know, let me know. Gonna have to make another burn pile, I think. Yeah, I still have another few I want to take down over there. Yeah, we may as well get a burn pile going here. guess. I'm gonna keep that for firewood, maybe. I'll junk that up for firewood. Excuse me. My neighbor Scott, next door to me here, he gave me a bunch of spruce that they had cut down over there. It's all green and needs to dry, but it's been sitting there since last fall, so it's had over the winter to kind of dry out, and it'll have the summer. So anything that I have that's wet, it's going to go in the back of the shed in like a big pile back there, and I'm just going to let it dry out there over the next, year or whatever it takes to dry it out, and then I can burn it next year or whatever. This summer I'm hoping to just collect all dry wood and load it into the woodshed. So I think now, because this canopy kind of got destroyed, I'm going to be kind of forced into building the woodshed. So just so we have, it'll still do it. I can still straighten out the pipes, and I can add more pipes to it and then clamp the pipes to the broken pipes and rigid it up, make it sturdy again. But once we get everything cleared out in here, I might just say screw it and build the shed too. May as well. May as well, right, Roddy? Yeah? You want the white shed, don't you? Yeah, you do. Oh, you're so strong. You're so strong. God, he's getting strong. Can you drop it so I can throw it? Good. He bounces like a gazelle. It's funny. I miss you, B. Hi, Mr. B. You enjoying the sun and the warm weather? It's warm now, huh? Yeah, it's getting warm. Oh, you handsome boy. You're a handsome boy. the hell? Why'd that just die? That's that one bucked up. edge. This around. There. It's up. I still need to go down there and cut down a bunch of smaller ones. Get them down. Once they're dropped, then I can go down and cut them up anytime. I think I'm going to leave this pine for now. It's not in the way of the deck, but it's probably going to cover the deck in pine needles. During the seasons when fall comes and stuff. I have to keep sweeping off the deck all the time. I'm sure I'll regret not taking it, but oh well. There's one right here and there's one over there, and they're kind of symmetrical from each other. Oh, I think I'll leave those two. Yeah, and I'll just thin out everything around it. Yeah, I know. You want me to throw the stick ready? Okay, drop it. Go get it. Alright, we're going to take the saw and go down this embankment here and try and clean up some more of it. I'll just turn you guys here. Try to get it level. There we go. Pretty good. So you can see how this is all like really dense right here. We're gonna thin out all the little stuff in there. And we'll just tip it over that way, and then I'll have to process it all down there when I process those ones I have dropped down there. While I'm down there, I better go top up. Nicer today. All right. There's lots of like loose leaves and debris down here, so I got to be careful not to slip. I threw all the leaves off of this bank, so technically it all needs to be scraped down and threw in the burn pile so we can burn it all. Come on, come on. Oh, that doesn't look good. Branches off that last tree that one there. Big ones. Threw myself over the edge. Such a steep edge too. Like trying to walk on marbles. Soil seems good there, like it's good. Nice dirt under there. Probably be nice for planting stuff along this edge. Okay, this little birch needs to go, and this little fir needs to go, and that spruce needs to go. With these saws, when they start acting up like that, like they're not getting filled, you tip them up in the air like that. Fills the carburetor back up with gas again. I think that spruce is going to have the next. Oh, and then we'll have to come back up to that, to the spur. Okay, that little broken one to be. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's a big dead spruce right there, and there's another one down right by the water's edge. And there's a big dead standing one right here too that's gotta go. That's 1, 2, 3, 3 there. These 3 right here will go. Some of this little stuff down here. That way. Did it nudge the camera, I wonder? When it fell down?